Good morning, students. Let us go back to the story of village Palampur. Before that, stay home, stay safe to avoid COVID-19 infection and study at home. See the story of village Palampur. Here we have seen that because of green revolution, yield was higher in Palampur in case of wheat and rice. We have seen that 1300 per kg, that was the result of traditional seeds per hectare yield, but now it is 3200 per kg, that was the result of HYV seeds. And so when HYV seeds were used by number of people, number of farmer and peasants at that time, production in agriculture that was increased. So because of this green revolution, certain problems were also seen. So let us see these problems that were associated with green revolution. So first, loss of soil fertility due to chemical fertilizers. In modern farming method, continuous use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides was there, and so that natural fertility of soil get reduced. And when natural fertility of soil get reduced, so to increase fertility, again higher doses of chemical fertilizers are used, and so that here loss of natural fertility can be seen because of chemical fertilizer. Second problem associated with green revolution is that reduced water table level. We have seen that higher irrigation is needed for HYV seed. So in traditional seeds less irrigation was needed, but for using HYV seeds higher irrigation was needed. And so if one is in need of higher irrigation, higher means more water for growing crops, then means option is that either to dig well, tube well, or means fetch water from any nearby canal. So continuously that field is getting irrigation, means as the farmer is taking 3 crop in a year, so that continue that irrigation system is needed, and so that it reduce the water table level. So water table level that was previously, that was means one could get water up to 90 feet, 100 feet. So that was gone beyond 400 feet. And so that means reduced water table level is also one of the impact problems associated with green revolution. Third, degradation of environmental resources. And with the advent of modern farming technique, because of chemical fertilizers, pesticides and insecticides, so environmental resources are degrading. So whenever means it is rain, with that rainwater mix in farms, and when it flows into rivers, so it is harmful for aquatic life. If human beings they drank this water, even it is harmful for their health. And so that environmental resources, just as land, water, air, they get polluted, and so all these problems are associated with green revolution. So next we will move to the next topic of this chapter, how land is distributed between the farmers of Palampur. So we are discussing all the economic activities of Palampur. Now let us see that how was the distribution of land in Palampur. So in Palampur we have seen that 450 families are there. So these 450 families, they are living in Palampur and they are doing their economic activities, day-to-day activities, which leads to their income in Palampur. So in those 450 families, 150 families were landless. 150 families were landless means approximately 1/3 of the families they were landless. They do not own any kind of land, and they were surviving by working on others' farm or by doing odd jobs. Now 240 families, you can see on the map that 240 families that own small plots of land. So 240 families of Palampur, they were owning small plots of land. So these small plots of land, they are less than 2 hectares. Less than 2 hectare land that was belonged to them, and which was not sufficient for their family, because less than 2 hectare land, that is not giving that much income to them to satisfy their family needs. And so that it was said that this 2 hectare land that was not giving sufficient yield, sufficient income to their family. Then remaining 60 families, they were large farmers, they own large plots of land, and even their land that is more than 10 hectares. So here these large farmers, they are prosperous farmers in Palampur. They own their own tractors, own machinery, and by that way these small and medium farmers and these landless people, all of these people, they are dependent on these 60 families for economic activities, for working. So in that way, on page number 6 you can see figure 1.5, by which you can understand here the condition of farms. Here these 450 families, they are living in Palampur, in which 150 families, they are landless, and 300 families, among these 300 families 250 families, they own small plots of land. Some are less than 2 hectares, some are more than 1 hectare, and in that way only 60 families own larger parts of land, large parts of land, and so these large parts of land you can see on page number 6 of your book, your textbook, figure 1.5. So in that way we came to know about the land distribution, and these 450 families, they work as a laborer in small and medium farmers and large farmers.